Before Rome rose, before Greece dreamed of glory, there was Babylon, a city cloaked in gold and glory, where kings walked as deities and ziggurats pierced the heavens. But from within its marble courts and hanging gardens, a voice cried out, "You, O King, are this head of gold." Daniel 2 verse 38. From a Hebrew captive came dreams of beasts, of kingdoms crumbling like dust. From the mouth of a prophet came visions etched in fire and judgment. Mene, Mene, Tekel, Upharsin. Daniel 5 verse 25. The writing was on the wall. This is the tale of Nebuchadnezzar, the proud king who saw his glory turn to madness, and of Daniel, the exile who stood unshaken before empires. This is the rise and fall of Babylon. But before we move on, kindly like and subscribe. It towered above the deserts like a flame upon the sands. Babylon, the beating heart of Mesopotamia, a city whose gates gleamed with lapis and whose walls whispered of conquests. Ruled by King Nebuchadnezzar II, the empire stretched across the known world. Its ziggurats reached for the sky. Its gardens defied nature, lush suspended marvels of man's defiant hand. But beneath its grandeur stared a dangerous ambition. And in the courts of this mighty king, among the captives taken from Jerusalem, stood a young man named Daniel. He did not come with sword or chariots. He came with dreams and visions. The God of heaven will set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. Daniel 2 verse 44. The golden head of the statue, Nebuchadnezzar's Babylon, would not endure. One night the king dreamed. A colossal statue, its head of gold, chest of silver, belly of bronze, legs of iron, and feet of iron and clay, stood before him. And from the heavens came a stone, uncut by human hands. It struck the statue, shattering it into dust, and the wind carried it away. Nebuchadnezzar awoke, shaken, enraged. None of his wise men could reveal the dream, let alone its meaning. But then came Daniel, summoned from the shadows. With calm reverence he spoke. "You, O king, were watching, and behold, a great image. You are this head of gold." Daniel chapter 2, verse 31 to 32, and verse 38. He revealed not only the dream, but its prophecy. Babylon would fall, followed by kingdoms of lesser glory. And in the end, God's eternal kingdom will rise. Nebuchadnezzar listened and trembled, but pride does not die easily. In the wake of Daniel's prophecy, Babylon trembled, but its king hardened. Nebuchadnezzar, defiant, raised a towering idol of gold, 90 feet high, a monument not to the God of heaven, but to his own glory. A decree echoed across the empire. At the sound of the music, all shall bow. But 3 young Hebrews, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, refused. Dragged before the king, they stood firm. Our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us. But even if he does not, we will not bow. Daniel chapter 3, verse 17 to 18. In a fury, the king commanded the furnace to be stoked 7 times hotter. Bound and cast into the flames, the fire should have consumed them. But as the flames roared, the impossible was seen. Did we not cast 3 men bound into the fire? But I see 4 men, and the 4th is like the Son of God. Nebuchadnezzar fell back, shaken. The flames had no power. Not a hair was singed. They walked out untouched. And in that moment, the king bowed. Time passed, but pride does not die easily. Nebuchadnezzar's empire flourished. His palace walls were inscribed with glory. His heart swollen with power. One night he walked upon the roof of his palace, gazing over Babylon's grandeur. Is this not Babylon the Great, that I have built by my mighty power and for the glory of my majesty? The words had scarcely left his mouth when a voice thundered from the heavens. O King Nebuchadnezzar, to you it is spoken, the kingdom has departed from you. Daniel chapter 4, verse 31. In an instant, reason fled from him. Driven from the throne, he roamed the fields like a beast, hair grown like eagle's feathers, nails like bird claws. For 7 years, the once mighty king crawled in the wilderness, mad and forgotten, until at last his eyes lifted. He looked to the heavens, not in arrogance, but in surrender. Now I, Nebuchadnezzar, praise and extol and honor the King of heaven. Daniel chapter 4, verse 37. Only then was his reason restored, and Babylon, for a moment, found humility. Nebuchadnezzar was gone, and upon the throne sat his descendant, Belshazzar. But the lessons of the past had been forgotten. In the twilight of Babylon's power, Belshazzar held a feast of indulgence and blasphemy. 1,000 lords drank from the sacred vessels once taken from Jerusalem's temple, mocking the God of heaven. Laughter echoed through the gilded hall, but suddenly the room fell silent. A hand with no body, appeared. It moved across the plaster of the wall, writing with fire, Mene, Mene, Tekel, Upharsin. Panic gripped the banquet. The king's face turned pale. None could read the words, none but one. Daniel called once more from the shadows. With unshaken voice he stood before Belshazzar and read, God has numbered your kingdom and finished it. You have been weighed in the balances and found wanting. Your kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians. Daniel chapter 5, verse 26 to 28. And that very night, Babylon fell. Babylon had fallen. Its golden head, as foretold, had shattered. The empire passed to the Medes and Persians, and the city that once ruled the world became a shadow of memory. But Daniel remained. Through kings and kingdoms he stood, a prophet in exile, a voice untouched by time. And in the twilight of his years, he was shown visions. Visions not of empires made by man, but of one to come, eternal and divine. He saw 4 beasts rise from the sea, nations that would rise and fall, and then a throne set in heaven, flames pouring from beneath it. The Ancient of Days took his seat, and one like a son of man approached through the clouds. To him was given dominion, a kingdom that shall never pass away, and the kingdom and dominion shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. Daniel chapter 7, verse 27. And from the ruins of Babylon, a greater prophecy rose, a hope that would echo through generations, to a kingdom not built with hands, but with glory eternal.